Let's face it, many people spend way too much money on their pets. But these people took things to a whole new level. Here are the top 15 most luxurious doghouse. Number 15. Spanish Palacio Doghouse. The Spanish Palacio Doghouse is one of the most lavish doghouses in the world and ensures that your canine will live in far better conditions than most people are able to. Created by the bespoke architectural firm Hecate Verona, it takes inspiration from the Mediterranean-style homes in California and Florida and applied the design principles to a structure fit for a pooch. It takes more than 2,694 man-hours to create each one, which is made up of 3,708 individual pieces. There are multiple windows so the dog can see what's happening outside, a separate bedroom for privacy, and a lounge for playing in. And while there's a private entrance for the dog, the side opens up for human access too. The entire structure is just over 10 feet wide and 7 feet long, and with a cost upwards of $40,000, it's undoubtedly one of the most luxurious abodes a dog could ever ask for. Number 14. The Modern Home. This modern doghouse design was amazingly built by the family themselves. As proof, you don't need to go to an expensive company to create the doggy home of your dreams. They learned how to use basic planning software on their computer and drew up the ideas themselves, and then got to work. The finished home has its own heating and insulation, and even has a photosensitive porch light so their dogs can always see what's around if it ventures out at night. The town where they live experiences a wide range of weather throughout the year, and according to the owners, the doghouse has remained a comfortable temperature at all times, even when the yard is covered with a thick blanket of snow. Number 13. The Bank Vault Doghouse. If you own a dog, you likely consider them an integral part of the family, and you do anything to protect them. In most cases, more so than any of your most valuable belongings. It seems fitting then that this doghouse design is made to look just like a bank vault, and it's made with a similar level of security. Rather than being constructed from wood and painted to look like this, the Bank Vault Doghouse is made from metal that includes hundreds of small pieces that are hand-machined. Dogs come in different sizes, and the manufacturer will measure your pooch to ensure the house is a perfect fit for them, meaning that each one is custom-built. At a starting price of $45,000, however, you might well need to break into a bank vault if you ever plan on buying one for yourself. Number 12. The Frank Lloyd Wright House. Frank Lloyd Wright was one of America's most famous architects and was responsible for designing more than 1,000 buildings, of which 532 were completed in line with his vision. He was, for example, the visionary behind the Falling Water Building in Mill Run, the Guggenheim Museum in New York, and the Imperial Hotel in Tokyo. But one of his lesser-known works was a doghouse. He was commissioned to design it in 1952 for a young boy from San Anselmo, California, and it would take his father the next 20 years to finish building the design based on the drawings that Wright sent. The triangular structure may not be the most elegant or wondrous doghouse in the world, but the pedigree of the architect who designed it certainly makes it one of the most unique and exclusive. Number 11. The Victorian Doghouse. In 2010, after one of her dogs was almost taken away by an owl, an owner from Winchester in LA decided to go all out with the design of a new doghouse. She enlisted the help of a specialist kennel constructor and created a bespoke, one-of-a-kind doghouse that's the envy of every other pooch in the neighborhood. The Victorian-inspired doghouse features paneled wood flooring, vaulted ceilings, central heating and air conditioning, handmade curtains, designer wallpaper, and even their very own radio. The structure is 11 feet tall, which provides plenty of room for the family's 3 dogs, and even has a white picket fence surrounding it. In total, it cost $20,000, but it was all money well spent. The family loved it so much that when they moved houses, they even hired a 45-ton crane to ensure they could take their dogs home with them. Number 10. Gunther 4. Every year, various publications report on who the wealthiest people in the world are, but it would arguably be more interesting to learn who the richest pets are. Top of the list is undoubtedly Gunther 4, who inherited a vast fortune from his father, Gunther 3. He had himself inherited $106 million from the estate of his owner when she died. Thanks to the savvy investments of the custodians of the estate, Gunther 4 now sits upon a fortune estimated to be in excess of $400 million. But what would a dog do with all of this money? Apart from living an incredibly lavish lifestyle that all of us would be envious of, Gunther 4 is the owner of the most expensive doghouse in the world. In fact, it isn't actually a house that was designed for use by a dog, but one for humans. and located in Miami, was purchased for $7.5 million in 2000 from none other than Madonna herself, and currently lives in what was her master's bedroom. This isn't the only property that Gunther 4 owns either. He also has a pad in the Bahamas, Germany, and Italy, making this the luckiest pooch in the world, even though he may not realize it himself. Number 9. The Rockstar Doghouse. The Rockstar Doghouse is a custom building designed to be the perfect size for any breed of dog and is based on classic American architecture. Made with a cut limestone exterior, it has laser-etched slate roof, custom hand-sculpted fittings, wax statues of your dog, a wrought iron railing, and window frames made from solid walnut. If that's not lavish enough, it also includes wooden floors, LED strip lighting, video conferencing so owners can always be in contact, and custom-designed wallpaper. As you might expect, a home like this doesn't come cheap, with prices starting from $50,000. But if you have the cash and you want to house your best friend in luxury it deserves, then you surely can't do any better. We are constantly adding more people to the Top 5's production team to bring you all the best content. Be sure to subscribe with notifications on and hit the like button. Number 8. The Hacienda. Rachel Hunter made her name as an international model, and now she has time to sit back and enjoy herself in her Hollywood home. She also made sure that her pet pooch is housed in equally as luxurious surroundings. She enlisted a custom doghouse design company to create the Hacienda, a Mexican-inspired structure that's completely custom-made, from the terracotta flooring to the red clay tiled roof and the turrets that each contain a tiled lounge space that keeps cool through the summer. The home has running water so the dog never gets thirsty, automatic lighting, and its own AC unit, which for a cost of $30,000 seems like a bargain. Since the home's installation, the dog has been much happier and more chilled, and the company behind its design now also offers similar structures to other clients, as long as they can stump up enough cash. Number 7. Colonial Villa Grand Doghouse. The Colonial Villa Grand Doghouse is another structure that's a marvel of engineering and is the result of more than 2,316 man-hours to manufacture and assemble the 3,052 pieces required to build it. Taking inspiration from colonial American architecture, the doghouse is almost 12 feet wide and 9 feet long and is separated into a spacious lounge and sleeping quarters. 2 different sizes are available depending on the needs of your dog, and the company behind it have incorporated virtually everything you would expect from a human house into it. The lighting, heating, ventilation, and air conditioning can all be controlled from a smartphone, and the house has a series of cameras and screens that allow owners to watch and communicate with their pets whenever they want. Stairs lead up to the balcony on the first floor so your pooch can look out across its kingdom, and you'll surely agree that a majestic structure like this would fit in with just about any of the lavish properties a millionaire would live in. There is one drawback with a doghouse like this though, and that's the price. With so many custom fittings, it's thought to cost well in excess of $50,000, but the manufacturers will only give precise quotes to those seriously looking to buy one. It's definitely one of those situations where if you have to ask how much it is, then the chances are you probably can't afford it. Number 6. The Taj Mahal. Sometimes getting a doghouse can be an excuse to install a replica of your favorite world monument in your backyard too. And if you're obsessed with the architecture and majesty of the Taj Mahal, then you're in luck, because there's a company that makes a luxurious doghouse that looks just like the famous Indian mausoleum. Built using foam and stucco, the house can be customized to suit any size dog, and the materials can also be replaced to make something more sturdy if you require. Other optional extras include automatic lighting, water features, and built-in communication panels, and can be designed for either indoor or outdoor use. While the original marble structure took more than 20 years to complete at a cost of almost $1 billion in today's money, the doggy version can be built within a matter of weeks and at a fraction of the cost. Still, with starting prices quoted at being $30,000, this isn't exactly for everyone. Number 5. The Reflective Mirror House. Have you ever looked out into your backyard and wished that you couldn't see your doghouse? Sure, it's important that it's there so your puppy has a comfortable place to sleep outside, but it can be such a blight on the overall aesthetic of your property. Well, luckily there's a luxury doghouse that's been designed to deal with this problem, called a Reflective Mirror House. As the name would suggest, the external walls of the structure are completely covered in mirrors which reflect the landscape around it, and almost make it seem like you're looking straight through it. Even though you can make out the cubic structure, the colors of the nearby trees, the ground, and the sky are reflected, and it feels like it fits in with everything else. Don't let this focus on subtlety make you think comfort has taken a back foot though, because any dog will feel at home there. It has wood paneling across the walls, a bluestone floor, and a bifolding glass door that can open out and give a panoramic view of the outside. Various extras are available on top of the $20,000 asking price, such as variable indoor lighting, interactive cameras and displays, and even underfloor heating to allow your pooch to dry its paws in no time. Number 4. Kylie Jenner's Doghouse. Kylie Jenner is one of the most influential people in the world, and as a result of her fame has been able to generate a huge fortune. When you're as wealthy as she is, you're able to splash out on all those that you care for, and in her case, she wanted to go all out to take care of one of her dogs. In 2008, she shared the plans with her followers, and for most people, they looked better than their own homes. At first, when she was showing it, people thought it was a new pool house, but they were stunned when they found out it was for her dogs. With a white fence surrounding it, the home follows the design of her own mansion and was fitted with air conditioning and heating to ensure her miniature greyhounds are always kept in comfortable conditions. Further details about what's inside the home aren't known, but based on what's available in other doghouses and knowing her flair for design, it almost certainly includes lavish decorations, ways for her to interact with the dogs when they are inside, and custom-made fittings. Number 3. A home fit for a Great Dane. How much do you think is too much to spend on a doghouse? Even if you had more money you know what to do with. In 2008, a surgeon who lives at the exclusive 550-acre Lower Mill estate in the Cotswolds, England, commissioned and built what is thought to be the most expensive purpose-made doghouse in the world. Designed to accommodate her 2 Great Danes, the extraordinary building had 2 bedrooms and a lounge area, within which were temperature-controlled day beds lined with sheepskin, automated food and drink dispensers, self-cleaning food and water bowls, CCTV throughout, and a tunnel that gives access to the main house. What really sets this doghouse above the rest, however, is the technology that it contains. There's a 52-inch plasma television that plays dog-friendly movies, a temperature-controlled dog spa, monitors throughout to allow communication with their owners and each other, a $200,000 sound system, and perhaps most surprising of all, retina scanners that ensured only authorized dogs could enter. The exterior was made from materials like zinc, glass, and limestone, and it was designed to fit in with the wider aesthetic of the estate. If you like the sound of this canine cabin, then you had better start saving, because the full installation apparently cost well in excess of $350,000. Number 2. Roman Imperial Mansion Doghouse. The Romans were well ahead of their time and developed building techniques that still influence designs to this day. There's nothing quite like the look and feel of the villas they used to build throughout Europe, though, and it's a shame that modern homes don't usually look like them anymore. If you've got plenty of space in your backyard and always wanted your own piece of Roman architecture, however, then you might be interested to see the Roman Imperial Mansion Doghouse. This incredible structure features the pillars, straight edges, and motifs that you associate with Roman design, and would fit in with any surrounding. It's made up of 1,492 individually crafted parts, which represent at least 863 man-hours of work, with everything custom designed to fit your exact specification. It's fitted with numerous windows so your dog can always see what's happening outside, a separated sleeping area and lounge, and an attic that contains all of the electronics that control the lighting, the automatic water and food dispensers, the communication panels to keep in contact with the owner, and the automatic doors that open upon arrival. When fully built, this amazing structure is 7.2 feet wide and 9.2 feet long, and also includes air conditioning, heating, and ventilation to ensure your pooch is always kept at its ideal temperature. The Roman Imperial Mansion Doghouse is one of the most luxurious homes you could ever get for a dog. But with prices starting in the tens of thousands of dollars, there aren't many people in the world who could actually be able to afford one. Number 1. Paris Hilton's Mansion. Paris Hilton's known for the way she splashes her cash, and also for how much she loves her pet dogs, which is the perfect recipe for creating one of the most extravagant doghouses anywhere in the world. In 2009, she reportedly spent $325,000 building a home for her dogs in the backyard of her LA mansion, and it's just as ridiculous as you'd expect. The 2-story Spanish-style villa has an interior floor space of 300 square feet. It has its own balcony, the walls are painted in Paris pink, it's fully air-conditioned, and the furniture is all custom-made by Philip Stark. The building was decorated by Faye Resnick, and it has its own spiral staircase, and even its own fully functioning chandelier. The ceilings are actually tall enough that humans can enter without the need to crouch, and Paris reportedly has a chef prepare all of the meals that are delivered to them in the home 3 times a day. It's an astonishing amount of money, time, and effort to spend on a doghouse. But as anyone who owns a dog will know, if you have the means and the ability, you'll do virtually anything you can to give them the most comfortable and enjoyable life possible.